good, the bad and the odd. They don't half talk some bollocks.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Odd with your hosts Mark and Sam. Hi Sam.
Hey.
Right, show 480, and we decided to do a Samurai Jack special. I think we've mentioned briefly Samurai Jack in the past.
I talked about it on a comfy chair not too long ago.
But what we've done is we've crammed, I've crammed, you've watched it twice through now, I'm going to guess, season 5 of Samurai Jack, because it finished like last week. So, and it's like the culmination of Samurai Jack since early 2000s, right? There was a run of Samurai Jack from season 1 to 4, a year at a time, I'm going to guess. I think 2001 to 2, 3, and 4. Then it kind of went off, but the creator of Samurai Jack, who is Genndy Tartakovsky, always kind of wanted to finish it up, and there was a long period where he was like talking about a film to culminate the series. A bit like Firefly.
It was going to be a film, but then it got put into pretty much development hell.
Okay.
Cartoon Network just stopped.
In the meantime, we watched his rather wonderful Clone Wars animated series, didn't we? The short series. That was really fine. I thought really fine series. I think my favourite of the whole prequel universe, actually. My favourite thing out of all of it. I thought it was very solid. Right, so what we're going to do today is, instead of a comfy chair, we're going to reanimate the dead corpse of Number 5 is Alive a bit by talking about... we're not going to go through the whole of the history of Samurai Jack.
Shall we call this Number 5 Reassembled? Number
5 Reassembled, or what was it, Reloaded? No.
Reassembled is from the Short Circuit films.
Yeah, good idea. Number 5 Reassembled. We'll get on to that after this.
You're about to experience the cultural phenomena.
What's it all about? Know what I mean?
That's sweeping the nation. Oh yeah, it's happening.
It's frightening what we've created. The Stinking Paws Podcast.
I'd sooner go out and see a bleeding horror film, I said, than a thing like that.
A fortnightly show where we review classic and not so classic movies. A truly fine professional piece of work, taking a look at some of your favourite movies of all time. I'm ready to go. I'm really ready to go. No, I'm not. You can find all our previous episodes on our website, stinkingpaws.com.
Unorthodox Suros.
Follow us on Twitter @stinkingpaws or join the Facebook group.
The majesty and grandeur of the English language is the greatest possession we have.
And it needed something to sort of give it a breath. It needed something to give it a. I can't say it. I can never say. I always say fresh of breath air.
Brilliant.
The noblest thoughts that ever flowed through the hearts of men are contained in its extraordinary, imaginative, and musical mixtures of sound.
Probably good not to do a podcast if you can't say basic
English.
Yeah.
And you can also subscribe to the show at iTunes. As we said, a truly professional podcast. Yeah, they all sort of play each other off each other. That sounded wrong. They all sort of play each other off. What the hell was that? They play one another. I'm not even going to go there.
They
play.
Let's give this some serious thought. They play one another against each. No.
Does that sound right? I don't know.
I know what you're trying to say.
Number 5 is alive.
Okay, so what we've both constructed here is, I mean, I really wanted to watch Samurai Jack because I never sat through and watched them all. So I actually went through seasons 1 to 4 in a way that I knew that I would culminate by watching season 5 to the end when season 5 ended on air, right? That was my plan. And I kind of stuck to that. That was kind of cool. I have to say, overall, Samurai Jack is a rather excellent series. I really enjoy it. You've watched it a couple of times through now?
Yeah, I remember I watched it when I really started to first figure out the internet all the way through.
Yeah.
And then I watched it again in sort of the lead up to season 5 coming out.
I do remember I caught bits of it. I think maybe when we were watching it on the TV when you were a fair bit younger, and I was a fair bit younger as well, actually. Come to that.
I was like 6 or something.
Yeah, and I always liked it. Always thought it was a pretty solid show, but never sat down and watched it all. In fact, every episode I ever saw, I really liked. So it was a kind of a treat to work through them all. And I just can't recommend this show enough. Really, it's a very solid show. And the season 5, we will get into spoilers when we get into season 5, but we won't beforehand. But season 5 is the most satisfying conclusion to the story, I'd say, in many ways. But we'll talk about that when we talk about season 5. So very recommended. However, what we've done is pulled out some of the bottom and top ones. And I will stress, even while we're talking about the bottom ones, I didn't see a single episode of Samurai. Not a single episode which I regretted watching and wasting time on. I thought they were... Even the worst ones had some fun element to them and a lot of talent and interesting visual stuff. They were just goofy or weird. And I got a feeling I might have missed some off this bottom list because they were a little duller than the rest, but I've just forgotten them, you know. So the bottom 3 I've got here are the ones that still stand out in some way, but feel like a worst version of this universe. Because it is an interesting universe. It's kind of it's Earth, right? It's Earth.
It's Earth. I think it's 5,000 years into the future.
Yeah, and we've got all sorts of robots and aliens and weird stuff going on, and it also picks up on like kind of mythical elements of Earth's history, like Egyptian history and Greek and all sorts, right? It's all of this amalgam of stuff. In many ways, it's got that kind of mixed up universe of, say, Futurama or Mega City 1, you know, robots, aliens, mutants, all sorts going on. And throwing in a demon here in the form of Aku too. Okay,
and
let's...
Demongo. There's a lot
Demongo, yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to explain various people as we go, I think. So for the more casual sort of listener who won't be familiar with Samurai Jack, as much as I wouldn't have been before I started this. Okay, what's your bottom 3, number 3?
My bottom 3, number 3 is Jack is Naked.
Same as me. Same as me. It's a kind of a weird parody of Alice in Wonderland, right?
Yeah.
Kinda. It's
not in a good way.
And it was in season 2, episode 11, and I did find season 2 had the more goofy ones often.
Yeah. So I think this was when they'd hit their stride. They'd set the sort of tone of the series. So it's like, how can we pull this in different directions?
Yeah, they were trying different things. It's a weird thing. Basically, it's Jack gets his clothes stolen and he spends a lot of the episode trying to get his clothes back. Doesn't he also beat up some guy right at the beginning just for his clothes, which isn't very Jack-like?
Yeah. It's a strange episode.
Yeah.
But it's not that fun to watch.
It's very colourful.
Yeah.
It's psychedelic almost, isn't it? Yeah. It reminded me, I mean, no one's going to get it, but pretty much maybe one person in our entire audience might recognise this, but it reminded me of an old animated show that used to be on in the early 70s called Tomfoolery, where they did all this weird, Lewis Carroll and nonsense poetry, Lear, stuff like that, and poetry over animation. It kind of reminded me of that. It had that kind of weird vibe. I kind of as I say, I kind of enjoyed it, but it was like, what the hell's that about? You know, it didn't attach to anything. It's interesting we got the same. I wonder if we're going to be the same all the way down.
Yeah, I have a sneaky feeling that they're all going to be the same.
All right, well, I've already said that's my number 3 too. What's your number 2?
It's Chicken Jack.
Mine as well.
Okay.
Season 3, episode 1. Really odd way to start a season.
Yeah.
Jack basically bumps into a magician who turns him into a chicken, right? Oh, and he's about to buy...
kidnapped for a cockfighting ring.
Yeah, and he's like a ninja chicken, right?
Yeah.
And it's got a touch of the casual racism in the way that Star Wars has, like using goofy like accents,
stereotypes.
Yeah, this was an Italian in this one. So he's like a prize fighter in like a weird creature arena, right? There are all sorts of weird creatures turn up in that arena, right? If I remember rightly. But if I remember rightly, Jack was at a chicken stall to buy food, wasn't he? When he accidentally bumped into the wizard, and he's chasing the wizard, going no, and the wizard just because he's a chicken, going bah, bah, bah. It's like so, and he goes through various adventures before he accidentally gets well, it's not on purpose, is it? The wizard gets annoyed by someone else, and the offshoot of that is Jack gets turned back. Is that right?
Yeah,
something like that. And he gets turned out. Yeah, so Chicken Jack, bizarro way to open a season. Really was. I bet a lot of people tuned in and was like, they've really lost it now. They really have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so, right, let's go to number ones then. Well, shall I say?
Go ahead.
Jack and the Dragon.
Yep.
Yeah, all right, so we're the same all the way down. Jack and the Dragon, basically it's a story about a dragon with indigestion. I can't remember if its farts are just super horribly smelly or if actually they kill people.
It's they're incapacitated, but
okay.
I can't remember if it's kill or they're just like fainting because of it.
Yeah, it turns out it's a dragon with bad indigestion, so kind of Jack helps him out. I find it hard to figure out how this one got past script stage, to be honest.
Yeah,
because the idea is so wacky.
It's pretty awful.
Yeah, it's not a good episode. It's like I say, every episode's got something interesting in, and there was some interesting stuff, but it was like it was so weird and odd. Have you got any honourable mentions?
No, not really. The rest are pretty top.
I've made a mention of Jack and the Rave in my notes.
That was a weird one, but I liked it because it came round to. I like it more seeing season 5 because it came back.
It re-emerged, didn't it? In a quite significant way, actually. In that way, it kind of lifts itself. It wasn't a terrible one. That's why it's not in the top 3. It was just, again, it came straight after Chicken Jack, so it led to this feeling of, man, they've really gone off the rails with this one. Because like straight after him becoming a chicken, he turns up at a rave, and it's kind of a bit hated on techno and that kind of rave scene and stuff like that, and so it dates it a bit as well. That doesn't help.
Yeah.
But not great. Okay, cool. So that's our bottom 3s, right? I had a bit of let's go into our top 5. I had a bit of job with this because it was difficult.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones.
And I have to say, I did merge some. I cheated a little because some have a very similar vibe, so I just put them together. But having said that, I only did that in my number 1 slot. So the rest of them are individual episodes. And I've got a few honourable mentions too. So what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Jack and the Scarab.
Didn't mention that one. Forgot about that one.
That's the one with the
solid one.
Where Jack is being chased by the minions of Set.
Yeah, and he has to
like some of them, and he has to try and remember what stuff from his when he was in Egypt as a boy.
Because Jack's been everywhere as a boy, right?
Yeah, Jack literally has been everywhere.
Yeah, so he has to remember clues, right? And kind of put a device together or something, isn't it? Or something
a scarab.
Like right, okay, yeah. Not in my top 5.
I just like it because it's a tough enemy that Jack can't just beat.
Yeah, I like those ones. They're always kind of fun. The best Jack ones often involve a really good enemy, and that can be a really tough enemy, or it could be a really interesting character, or even a fun character. So which actually leads to my number 5. My number 5 is from season 1. I will have to say, if any of my favourite season outside of 5 is 1. I really like 1, though I think season 4's got some great episodes too. But my number 5 comes from season 1, and it's number 8 in season 1. It's called Jack versus Mad Jack.
Okay.
Where Aku kind of goes into Jack's head and summons like a bad Jack to fight him. So Jack's kind of fighting himself. So I had that kind of Star Wars, fighting yourself kind of vibe. Luke going into the tree and fighting Vader kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought it was interesting.
I can't say I was a fan of his design.
It's
literally just a red and black version of Jack.
Yeah.
Like, make him a bit more sort of Aku-y, but...
Yeah, a flaming red eyebrows would have helped, right?
Yeah.
Like that. But yeah, I'll take your point. But yeah, no, I really like this one. So what was your number 4?
My number 4 is The Princess and the Bounty Hunters.
Solid choice, I'd say.
It's not really an episode about Jack. It's about this princess who's trying to regain her honour, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's...
by being a bounty hunter for a coup.
Yeah, and we get quite a good set of not backstories, but character introductions for each bounty hunter. They've all got their own style. There's like an English gent bounty hunter, isn't there? There's like a mad Russian. I'm trying to think what else there's. There's a few others. There's a couple of like cat things.
Yeah, there's like a pretty broad variety of bounty hunters.
Yeah.
But my favourite is like the last maybe 5 seconds of the thing, which is just they come across Jack and he just beats them.
Without any hesitation. They've got millions of traps and he just takes them out, doesn't he?
Walks through it. It's like
he literally does walk through it, doesn't he? Like nothing's touched him, and he leaves. This is a bit of spoiler for the final bit of this episode, but it's and if you haven't seen it, maybe skip forward sort of 30 seconds because it's worth seeing the final bit. Jack's walking away, and then I believe the princess is still alive, but a tear drops from her.
Well, they're all still alive.
Oh, they're all still alive, sorry.
Then he knocks them out.
But a tear drops from her eye or something, and we see Jack stop when he hears the tear hit the ground.
Yeah.
And he just pauses, but then he just walks on. That's a really nice touch. I did like there was a really nice scene they didn't have to put in where there's like this weird repeating noise outside where the bounty hunters are kind of sleeping. One looks outside and it's the princess waiting for a drip to fall from like a melting icicle from the eaves of the house they're in, and she's cutting it with a blade as each one falls to keep her like. That was a cool little bit, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a cool one. Good choice. So that was your number 4. My number 4, sorry, that was from season 4, episode 5, by the way. My number 4 is from season 2, and it's episode 9. It's called Jack and the 5 Hunters. Does that ring a bell?
It sounds familiar, but I can't remember it.
It's where there's like a tribal hunters on this planet, and Aku comes and challenges them and says, "You think you're great hunters? I bet you couldn't get this prey." And he sets them on Jack, and to them it's about the hunt. They're kind of almost like predators.
Yeah.
Their honour system is bound to their hunting skills. And they give Jack a really good chase. He has trouble evading them, and again, this is going to be spoilery, so skip forward a bit if you don't want to be spoiled. Eventually, they do catch him. He just gets worn down, and they do catch him. And Aku asks them to turn him back over, and they say, "No, he has proved a worthy hunt. We are going to let him go." And like Aku's, "Do you realise what this will do to you?" And they still won't turn him over. Yeah. So that's a really cool ending too. I really like that one. Okay, back to you.
My number 3 is Jack and the Travelling Creatures.
Right, I
this is
don't
the
remember
episode
this one.
With the Guardian.
Tell me about it. I'm having trouble remembering.
Jack, he finds a portal capable of returning into the past. However, there is an unbeatable Guardian stood in front, and the Guardian doesn't give a damn about his motives or anything. And it's just like Jack starts actually begging him. He's like, "Please, I use the portals." He's like, and the Guardian just sort of goes, "Nah, fool," and just starts beating him thoroughly in a fight.
I'm just looking at some images. This is weird, I'm just looking at some images of this one. I do not remember this episode at all. It's like a blue face
a blue guy
red,
in a suit.
Yeah, with red glasses. I don't remember this. I'm gonna need to go back and watch this.
And he's voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson, so he's pretty He sounds awesome as he talks.
Okay.
I like that the end of the episode basically says Jack will eventually make it. He'll eventually succeed in some manner because it shows Jack with like a long beard and a crown and this big like cape. And he says, he's like, this is the warrior that will like win pretty much.
Wow. That wasn't on my radar at all. Interesting. Yeah, I can't remember it. You know what? I wonder if I missed one by mistake because I think I'd remember this from the sound of it, but I might have to go back and watch that one and double check. My number 3 is one you've already mentioned, The Princess and the Bounty Hunter. I thought that was a pretty solid episode, so we're kind of on the same patch there.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 2 for you.
Yeah, okay. Number 2 is the movie. So the first 3 episodes bunched together.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it is a solid set of 3 episodes. So
yeah,
I kind of agree
and it's
with
called
that.
The Movie, so...
I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've cut the 3 episodes together. Oh, I see. So is it movie part 1, part 2, part 3?
Yeah.
I do remember really thinking it was a great series.
Yeah.
Right from the get-go, so I'm sure they were good, but I can't remember the individual elements of it. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically everything that's shown in the opening. It's like, where, you know how Aku does his long ago in a distant land sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah,
it's Jack fighting him for the first time and getting thrown into the future and sort of starting to learn how to deal with it. And
they give him the name Jack. So. He meets the teenagers in the city, right? And say, "Hey, Jack," and so he calls himself Samurai Jack.
Yeah,
and all of this business. Yeah, they were very solid. I think that's a good choice. Okay, my number 2 is from season 1, episode 7, Jack and the 3 Blind Archers.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
It's a pretty good one. It's a very memorable one. There's this area where people can't go because they die. It seems to be protected by these guardians that are indiscriminate, and they seem super fast at firing arrows from this big tower. And it turns out that at the top of this tower is a means for Jack to get back to destroy Aku.
A portal.
A portal, yeah.
I can't remember if it was a portal or a wishing well.
It's like a black oil well.
What it does, it seems more like a wishing well.
It's a well. It's a container of liquid, or a hole with liquid in it, black liquid. So whatever. And it turns out these are. He works out then that they don't work on sight. They work on sound.
Yeah.
And he even blindfolds himself so he thinks the same way as them when he makes his attack. And it's really cool. The whole action sequence is really good. The plot's good. It's got emotional depth, actually, the whole resolution of the story. And I really like the design of the creatures and the things at the top of the tower. And the various... I think the design and the sound and the music was really good in this one. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Okay, which brings us to number 1's. Your number 1, please.
Okay, my number 1 is Jack and the Scotsman.
Yeah, that's my number 1. I've grouped all the Scotsman episodes together because there's really good stuff in all of it, I think.
Yeah.
In particular, he appears in season 4, but season 5. Outside of season 5, he appears effectively 4 times, but one's a double episode.
Yeah. He's pretty much the only recurring character before season 5.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's great. That first episode is fantastic. It's voiced by the guy that does Bender from
John DiMaggio.
Yeah, he does the voice. He's a really good, fun Scotsman. He's proper broad, almost caricaturish, but in a good way. You know, there's nothing negative about this Scotsman apart from his sort of brusque and
surliness.
Yeah, he's very surly, but it's kind of fun. Him interacting with Jack is amazing. Like I say, I've grouped them all together, all 4, because in the first one they kind of encounter each other and kind of respect each other. Yeah. And the second time he comes to find Jack, which is in season 2, early on in season 2, he comes and finds Jack to help him rescue his darling wife that he keeps going on about, who's like doesn't need rescuing.
No, she's very much can take care of herself.
As soon as she sees Jack, he goes, "You bought this wee nanny with wearing his pajamas to come get me? What do you think of me?" And all this. And Jack's like, So, it's funny, and he's going, "Oh my own sweet lassie," and all this kind of stuff. And then the last time he comes back in season 4 is Jack's kind of lost his memory, and the Scotsman recognise him, but this guy, and he keeps saying, "You're Jack, you can fight anyone," and like bounty hunters or someone, or dodgy types. They're in a hive of scum and villainy, basically.
Yeah.
Start realising it is Jack and the bounty, so they start like taking on Jack, and of course, because he's forgotten who he is, he's not very powerful or anything.
No.
But then we find out in the second part it's to do with like he's lost in memory for these like siren type creatures. And I thought that was an amazing episode in terms of sound design and how it looked. Yeah, very good.
Especially when they like fused into the Hydra.
Yes. I mean, it was all pretty solid. So I think all 4 of the Scotsman episodes before season 5 were very great. Were my favourites, actually.
Yeah.
You got any honourable mentions for the top 5?
Honourable mentions. I have. There's quite a lot.
Well, you say yours. I've got 2, so I might well have the same as I'll jump in if I have said one of yours. Go on.
Okay, I've got Jack and the Warrior Woman, which is where he runs into a green-skinned woman that helps him in a fight and kind of starts to fall for her.
Yeah, but she's a bit dodgy, right?
Taku.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Here's the funny thing.
It's in the desert, isn't it? It's kind of Arabic feel. This one, yeah, it's kind of cool.
They did I think Gendy did a sort of sequel comic that was like intended to be like what happened.
Okay.
Because season 5 wasn't like a definite.
Yeah.
And Aku does the same thing again. He like turns into a woman and makes Jack fall for him again.
Stop doing that, Aku. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. What else? What else you got?
We got that second episode, Jack, the Woolies, and the Critchile. I can't read it.
Critchilites.
It's like the second sort of story.
It's kind of a cool one, isn't it? And
where he's saving the like elephants.
Yeah, the design's really cool. That one, I really like it. It made me think of again, kind of Mega City 1 and Dread, because like there's stories in Dread where similar happens, where creatures everyone thinks isn't intelligent turns out to be, and stuff like that. So yeah, good one. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I've got. Basically, I've got a big list of anyone where Jack can't just beat the villain. So I've got like Jack and the Ultrabots. X9 was a good one.
The Demongo one.
X49, sorry. Demongo, yeah. And the stuff about his past, so young Jack in Africa, and that one where he returns to his like old home.
Yeah, is that the one where it's
Jack
in a set of
the
towels? Yeah, is that like a set of towels? Or am I forgetting?
It's like an old sort of Japanese style place.
Yeah,
it's like
cool.
ruined pretty much.
It's very cool. I have on my list. Actually, I'll do a couple of mine. Jack in the Labyrinth, the one where he has to get in to get some jewel, but there's a guy also trying to get in at the same time who's got all these like gadgets, a bit like James Bond.
Yeah.
And where Jack's doing the old samurai stuff, this guy's using like his box of tricks. And they're kind of working against each other, but also working for each other when it suits both of them. And it's kind of a cool one. It's a memorable one. It's not like very particularly emotionally engaging, but I really enjoyed that one. Do you like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one I've got on my list is one called Couple on a Train, where there's this like weird...
the couple assassins.
Yeah, it was called Ezekiel Clench is the assassin. He's like almost like a Yosemite Sam type.
Yeah.
But his wife is also there, but they're kind of divorced, and there's a distinct love-hate thing going on between them that kind of made me laugh. And Jack is kind of having to deal with both of them. It's all set on like a train, isn't it? And they're running across the top of a train and all this kind of stuff. Kind of like those. What else you got?
I think that's the like standout ones that I really liked, but I like them all.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean it's a great series, so we definitely recommend it. Watch it in order as well. I think that's the best way to do it. It's a treat. It's a treat. Okay, let's have a little break here and get into season 5.
Back to the past samurai Jack. Watch out! Back to the past samurai Jack. Jack, 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 Jack. Gotta get back to the past, samurai Jack. Watch out. Jack, 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 Jack. Watch out. Gotta get back. Jack, Jack, samurai Jack, Jack. Watch out.
Okay, season 5. This is it started in being aired in March 2017 and finished May the 20th, 2017.
Yeah,
so
last
not
week.
long. Yeah, well, when we were recording last week. So 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Significantly more graphic than the first season. I mean, it's not horrendous. There's just
They were
blood.
allowed to be much more like R-rated because they're on Adult Swim, not Cartoon Network.
Yeah. So there's these 10 episodes. Now, this one is set 50 years in the future.
Yeah.
Jack, it turns out Jack doesn't age. He's found an effect of time travel is that he doesn't age. He's got sadder and sadder, kind of more despondent over time because he can't defeat Aku. And one of the reasons he can't defeat Aku is he lost his sword, right?
Yeah. Sword's been lost to him.
He's also got a long beard and a moustache in this.
Yeah.
And we get
People have nicknamed him Punish Jack after Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay. We find out that it appears Aku's destroyed all the time portals, so he can't get back. And in addition, he's lost his sword. It's there was another sort of dynamic to this. Aku's not aware of this, is he?
Aku has gone in. Aku's plan, as it turns out in the second episode, was to just destroy all the time portals and then hide in his base until Jack just dies.
Yeah. It's made him kind of listless though, right?
Yeah. He describes his day as a malaise. So.
Yes.
as a malaise.
I mean, he's voiced by a different actor because Maku.
Yeah,
the original
Maku's died. So.
But the voice acting's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, it's Greg Baldwin who replaced him on a lot of stuff when he died. So
okay.
He was in Avatar. So.
Yeah. Now in episode 1, we're introduced to someone who he claims is number one assassin for Aku, which is a character called Scaramouche, who's like a robot samurai. He's
singing robot.
Yeah, and he goes, "Come on, baby." It's like that, right?
Baby, whip it out.
It's got a touch of the Austin Powers about it, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. So Jack fights him. This guy seems really elite. But Jack manages to sort of overcome him.
He manages to overcome, even though he's having PTSD hallucinations.
Yeah, Jack's. So. Yeah, this is a seriously damaged Jack. It appears.
Yeah,
who can't get over. Who can't get. Doesn't know what to do because he hasn't got the weapon he needs to destroy Aku, and Aku's also disappeared. He's
kind of stopped helping people as well. Almost.
Yeah, it's kind of dark, isn't it? We also see this black figure with a red face mask who's training up these girls who are the daughters of Aku.
Yeah, the cult is called the Daughters of Aku.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out throughout whether they are literally the Daughters of Aku or if they, are that's the name of them. I couldn't quite work it out. I think in the end it was kind of they are akin to Aku in some way.
Yeah.
And they're doing this.
Put his essence in a cup and.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah. Right, well, let's just say spoilers for season 5. The whole of season 5 now, right? There is one point where Aku's going, wait, there was that one time.
Yeah.
This is episode 10.
It flashed back to him sticking his finger in a cup and letting it fall off.
Yeah. Basically, these girls are being trained up to be assassins by all this super advanced ninja training, and one of the emphases on the training is there's no signs of weakness. So if someone fails, you do not go back for them. They die, or they get left behind. So it's a pretty brutal training regimen.
Yeah.
And we kind of catch the tail end of it where they're kind of much more.
They killed the rest of the cult, pretty much.
Yeah, so there's 7 left, and the head of the cult, the matriarch of the cult, says it's time, go and find Jack,
hunt the samurai.
Yeah, so that's that episode. But the whole Scaramouche, a great episode. I like Scaramouche. She's a good character. And he fits well into this odd world as well.
Yeah.
And this whole hunting him down by 7 women hunting him down is kind of cool.
And there's also like the parallel of these girls have been raised from birth to be able to kill Jack, while Jack has been raised pretty much from birth to be able to kill Aku.
Yeah. So it's parallels, right?
Yeah.
And they confront Jack and take out his weapons. Now, he kind of is getting his ass kicked here, isn't he?
Yeah. He gets thoroughly beaten.
It's almost like he doesn't want to fight them. Actually, he thinks they're bots, doesn't he?
Yeah. He thinks they're robots for the most part, because that's how he justifies fighting so much. They're just nuts and bolts.
Meanwhile, we see a shot of like this wolf-like creature being confronted by bigger, fiercer creatures and kind of fighting it, right? So there's this parallel story of this wolf having the same kind of confrontation. It's kind of cool.
It's symbolic.
Yeah,
there's a lot of symbolism over these first 3 episodes.
Yeah,
it sort of tames down after that, but
he realises during all this fighting, I mean, this spans more than 1 episode, perhaps as well.
Yeah,
that when he hurts one, it bleeds.
Well, no, he slashes their throat.
Yeah, and realises it's not nuts and bolts, right?
Yeah,
it's flesh. And doesn't he have a really hard time after this?
He has a whole breakdown of like he can hear animals saying "murderer."
Yeah, and his dark side sometimes talks to him too.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
It reminded me a bit. This animated dark side of Jack was bigger than him and like was pointy teeth. It reminded me a bit of Hades from the Hercules film. Actually.
People were thinking in the like lead up is this eventually going to turn out to be like a little bit of a coup stuck inside of him from. Well, when he got infected by Aku, and when Aku did the whole Mad Jack thing.
Yeah. The infection one is an interesting one, isn't it, actually? We did talk about that. There's one where he gets infected by something.
Aku gets a cold.
Yeah.
And he sneezes on Jack.
And then Jack
slowly starts to turn him into another Aku.
Yeah, and he gets helped by, like, mystics, doesn't he, in the end?
Yeah.
He overcomes it himself, but...
yeah.
So Jack's fighting with he kind of managed to escape, but he's pretty damaged, both physically and mentally.
He's been stabbed, so he's got a knife stuck in him.
It was kind of Jesus-y, because he had a knife in his side, didn't he? And had to pull it out. And I mean, it's fairly graphic that bit.
There was that pretty cool bit where he's like sat in the shadows and you can just see the silhouette and the blood all over him.
Yeah,
so it's streaming down. It reminded me a bit of the scene in Clone Wars where Anakin's like hallucinating and there's cave paintings.
Yeah, it was very similar. It was very similar. You're right. Him and the wolf kind of find each other and they're in a cave.
They look after each other.
The wolf's sleeping, but it's freezing, and Jack's kind of shivering. But then the next bit, we see the wolf has kind of wrapped itself around Jack, so they're kind of keeping each other warm, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then he carries on fighting the daughters. He's taking them out one at a time. Pretty.
He like comes to justify it in his head. He remembers his father like fighting bandits and saying stuff like, "Your decisions have led you here, so have mine. Now you can either walk away or you can face your destiny."
Yeah, and that remembering that makes Jack resolve to kill them, right?
Yeah,
or at least try and stop him killing him, and if they won't submit, he'll kill them. Yeah. And he kind of takes them all out, right? Eventually,
he takes all but one out.
But one.
Well, I say all but one. He takes them all out because he thinks that he's killed them all.
Yeah, and he gets the last one. I'm not quite sure on the motivations here, but he just tries to stop, and he chains her up, but she's trying to resist him while he's still fighting.
They're fighting because she's using a chain weapon.
Yeah,
and he's practically unarmed, so she ends up stuck hanging on a chain that's held by him. And she just starts screaming like, "Aku will slay you for some samurai. Come, Dark Lord, strike him down!" And he just drops her. So, and she's the only one that he finds alive at the end. So,
yeah, it's kind of cool, right? and she still hates him, right? Pretty much at the end of that episode. But
I do
he's
like
got
how
a
his
strong-
hallucinations kind of play this up. Like he like thinks of this weird like puffball, like just talking to him. He's like, "What did you expect? A kiss and a hug?"
Yes, indeed. Which is they hate you. It's all that. So they both accidentally get swallowed by a big sea creature, right, or something. And they're trying to find a way out, but I think during this, Jack starts explaining that it's Aku that's evil, not him.
Yeah, he starts
She's
trying to
convinced
explain
she's evil, right?
She's not like taking any of it. She's even when he's trying to just be friendly and even makes a couple of jokes. There's a bit where it like rains needles for a while.
Yeah.
And they both get like covered in it, and Jack just goes, "You know, where I come from, a lot of people would pay a lot of money for this."
Yeah, it's funny. There are some funny odd little lines in this, aren't there? And sort of nods at other things, actually.
Yeah.
They get out on the outside of the creature, and Jack seems to be able to sort of ride it. And Ashley's kind of a little unsure of herself now. She doesn't just keep attacking him. She's kind of confused.
Yeah. We get a bit of a flashback to see what her mother's treatment of her was like. It's like a little bug came in, and now she was kind of like watching it, and the mother just crushed it.
That's right.
And then we get a parallel to Jack, and like a ladybug comes and he like holds his finger out and lets it land on him and sort of crawl about and then fly off.
Which makes a...
That's I think is like the point where she starts to actually consider him
as not evil.
Like, yeah.
It's not evil. The next episode, which is episode 5, starts... it's the old Scotsman, properly old now.
Yeah.
But he's got... Is this the one with his daughter? His daughters are...
his army of daughters.
He's got a massive... they're all redheads.
They're all redheads, and
big
there's like
warrior
70
women.
of them.
Yeah. He leads an army to attack Aku's home base, and then meanwhile, does the samurai he gets killed pretty much straight away, right?
Aku
just
annihilates. He brings like 3 armies, one of like cavalry, another that's like loads of people in tanks, and then his daughters.
Yeah.
And he even has like a pretty funny bit where he goes off on them for dressing like they're going out dancing.
Yeah, it tells them off for wearing unrespectable clothes, and they're all like this, and they're going, "Dad!" in the middle of this battle.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad! And, meanwhile, Jack's kind of going through the world with Ashley, showing her the evil that Aku's done, and all this. And they have to. While they're there, isn't there? There's like these like kid things being attacked.
They find a village with no children in it. It's kind of Indiana Jonesy in that way.
Yes.
They find a village with no children in it. It turns out that they've all been taken up to a factory. Yeah, I was thinking like they are doing Indiana Jones here.
Yeah, and also reminded me a bit of the whole. Mutating an alien race to be warriors from Clone Wars.
Yeah, that was
that kind of vibe too, right?
Yeah.
And basically, these things, because they're children who have been distorted by being microchipped or something, they're attacking them, both Ashley and Jack, and they get separated, right?
Yeah, and Ashley goes off and finds the control device and destroys it, which knocks all the kids out.
Yeah.
Which leads Jack to think he's just killed dozens of children.
And he just leaves.
Him over the edge.
He doesn't know she's still alive. He thinks he's killing his children, so he just leaves. But
that pushes him over the edge, which leads him to follow this ghostly samurai that he's been seeing.
Yeah.
Who's apparently, from what I've been reading, a facet of the god of death called Yomi.
Yeah, he's got a weird like deer
a green glow
thing, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Because I couldn't make head and tail of that, but I just went with it. It's fine. Yeah. So Jack's like gone. Ashley starts trying to find him, but along the way she meets loads of characters we've seen in seasons 1 to 4.
Yeah, she bumps into the Woolies, the Blind Archers. the rave and the samurai.
The teenagers, right?
Yeah.
And all this. She bumps into loads of. We didn't talk about the samurai. There's like a black samurai.
There's a black guy who's like
the
samurai. Jive samurai. He's called Da Samurai.
He reminded me of Afro Samurai a bit.
Yeah, a little.
Basically, she bumps into all sorts of people that have benefited by Jack helping them, and she's seen it all around. There's all these people that Jack has helped. So again, it reinforces that she's been misled, brainwashed into thinking something else. And in fact, funnily enough, that's kind of the theme of that. The episode before this, the children have been brainwashed to be, fighting things.
Yeah, it is kind of funny that the people she meets are the people who have been enslaved. So she meets the Woolies, who were caught by the other guys. She meets the Rave people, who were under mind control. And she meets the Archers, who are also under mind control. So.
Yeah. Now, she finally finds him, right? And they have to... They basically...
she gets a costume change in the meantime.
Yeah. She I can't remember how they work it out, but they figure out where his sword is, and we do get a flashback of seeing when the sword was lost, which is when Aku closed the last time portal. But Aku wasn't aware it was lost, was he?
He was. He was like, "This is the last time portal."
Is that why he's waiting him out? I see. Right. So it's. Oh, the reason I thought that is we do get a thing where we also get the subplot of Scaramouche is only ahead, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's trying to get back to
Aku to tell him that.
And there's a really bizarre bit where a guy there's a boat back to where Aku is, and the guy on the boat says, "No, you need a body to come in here," and he says, "But I'm scared." He points to a sign and it says, "No body, no entry."
Yeah,
and he says, "I'm Scaramouche. I'm Aku's number one assassin." Then he points to another sign, and Scaramouche is number 3 on the list, not number 1. He's going, "Oh man, that's bitter. That's Scaramouche." And doesn't he basically pay a guy to pretend to be the body?
Yeah.
And he gets on the boat.
As he's walking off, he's like, "That guy's head looked like a penis."
And it did. And it just it's like, what the hell? Scaramouche is funny. But Scaramouche has found out the samurai hasn't got his sword. And when he finally gets back to Aku, and he tells him he's lost his sword, and Aku's well happy and just zaps him back a new body, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So I thought Aku didn't know that he didn't have his sword, and that was the point he found out he did.
He didn't know that Jack didn't have his sword.
Oh, I thought you just said he did. My mistake. So anyway, he thinks he no longer has it at this point, right?
Yeah.
Now,
and Jack is pretty much on the verge of committing seppuku.
Yeah.
Like full on. He's prepared to gut himself with a knife as the ghostly samurai stands behind him to chop his head off.
Yes.
Sort of thing.
Yes.
And Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and what pulls it back? Was it Ashi? I can't remember now.
Ashi shouts that people still need him.
Yeah, and he kind of resists it, right?
Yeah.
So they get the sword back, but they go to a...
No. Getting the sword back is later on.
Oh yeah, that's
they go back
later.
To the place where he loses the sword, and then he meditates, and Ashi fights her mother.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fast actually.
Yeah, that was
going to be more drawn
surprisingly brief.
Yeah, it was. I was expecting a little more than that, but that had to resolve, right? And then they have to go to this place where they have to fight this bizarro mutating bug. I don't know. It's almost like a swarm of slugs that can act as a single organism when it suits them. And Jack has got the instructions of how to use a special device designed to kill
He's got half the instructions of how to use the special device.
He's listening, and then Ashi distracts him while he's listening.
Yeah.
When he goes back, he's missed half the instructions, so he doesn't know how to activate it. And we get kind of a comedy scene in the middle of all this action where Ashi loses her clothes.
Yeah.
And every move she makes is almost like Austin Powers. Something covers her bottom or whatever, the sword, But Jack is really embarrassed and she's going, "What's wrong?" And he's like,
He gives her his gi.
He gives her his gi to keep her warm. He said, "No, for protection." She goes, "But they could go through this." He goes, "Please, You know, it's like, but
And then they almost get
what an
swallowed
ending!
up.
Say again.
They almost get swallowed up by this leech monster.
But
And
somehow
then,
they activate it, right?
Yeah, they accidentally activate it and destroys all the leeches.
Yeah, and
then they kiss.
well, they start kind of wiping stuff off each other, and they start kissing. And the music, it's a Dean Martin song, "Everybody Loves Somebody," plays, which is like so incongruous for the rest of the series. But I did laugh out loud when it happened, and they kind of wipe
it. Was really funny.
Don't they then apologise to each other?
Absolutely lost it over this.
Say what?
Tumblr's like a big proponent of there pretty much only being gay relationships and stuff.
Okay.
It's really weird, but they absolutely lost it at this. They got really angry because the new female character has just been reduced to a romantic interest.
Not really.
Like really pathetic. Like fighting.
Yeah.
And everyone laughed.
I don't. Well, they deserve that. That's ridiculous. So they kiss. So there's some sort of relationship between Ashley and Jack now. Jack is really taken. And then I think Jack wants to fight Aku alone, right?
Yeah, he says that he wants. Well, I can't.
He doesn't want her hurt because anyone that he helps sometimes gets hurt or something along those lines.
He tells her to leave, basically.
Yeah, but when they attack. Both of them turn up to attack Aku.
Yeah,
and
well, no, they don't go to fight Aku. They go to find the Guardian.
Oh, Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's
whoa! I missed that.
The glasses on the floor.
Right, I completely missed that. Right, anyway, so
Aku just shows up,
and then he goes, "I can smell myself." He starts saying, doesn't he? And he's he realizes,
I smell something. I smell me.
And then this is where he says, "There was that one time." He realized
cut to him pouring his finger into a cup.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "But wait, to do that she must have," and then it shows the cult leader drinking it.
Yeah.
It's just like him wide-eyed at the screen. He goes, "Huh."
Yeah, it's cool. Then he basically turns Ashy into a version of himself, kind of a demon with red eyebrow, fire eyebrows,
like
stuff.
antlers and
and she starts to fight Jack and basically he beats Jack, and then I think the last episode starts a really cool way. It basically starts with him transmitting around the world, all the people that Jack's helped, everyone in the world.
Yeah.
Essentially, the introduction from series 1 to 4. He says, "It was Aku, had to fight the foolish samurai," all that business, right?
Yeah, and then it gets to the end. It's like where he fights the future that is Aku, and then Aku butts in and goes, "But not anymore."
No, he actually goes, "Not." Not. And we see Jack kind of chained up.
Yeah.
But all these people that Jack have helped have seen this, right?
Yeah.
And they're really big.
Including the Scotsman, now ghostly.
Who's a ghost. He's a ghost,
yeah. Because of Celtic magic.
Yeah. And Jack's chained up, and and Aku says, "I think I'll do this myself." No, he doesn't say, "I think..." basically,
he can't decide how to execute Jack.
And he decides to get Ashy to do it, right?
Yeah.
And Jack's saying, "No, I know you're in there," and all this business, right? And she basically resists and throws off the magic, but she's still got some in her.
No. This is like a while on. Everyone attacks.
That's right. I forgot.
Everyone from the series attacks in some way.
So
even the freaking jumping guys.
Yeah. Everyone's there. The Scotsman, the ghost Scotsman turns up with all his daughters, and he's providing. He's like the mechanism for them getting there. They're riding their ghost dad.
Yeah,
but he's massive.
They're riding like a trail left by their ghost dad, who's playing the bagpipes, of course.
Yes, of course he is.
The 300 show up, the dogs show up, the rave people show up, the woolies and the archers.
I think, I was just going to say the archers, everyone shows up, and Aku's kind of laughing but a bit peeved.
Yeah.
But Ashley's changed, but I was a bit confused there because I couldn't quite work out what happened. Does Ashley have some of Aku's magic enough to create a time portal?
Well, because she is partly Aku, and Jack just sort of goes, "Wait, you have all of Aku's powers," and she goes, "I do," and then she opens a time portal.
And they just jump in.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this battle's happening. And we get the shot from season 1 when he threw Jack through time, where just as he's doing it, and he makes that speech about, we will meet in the future, Samurai Jack. Another time portal opens, and Jack and
She goes, "What, already?
What, already?" And they
destroys Aku in a fight.
Yeah, really fast and easily as well. Which leaves Ashi and him. They've basically stopped all of Aku's evil.
But then stopped the future.
And they're having a wedding ceremony. Oh, at one point, I have to say, at one point in the Scotsman thing, the Scotsman gets Jack and says, you would, I was my daughters, I'll be so proud if you married one. And he goes, I can't. He goes, what? You say my girls aren't good enough for you? Again, massive battle. And he said, no, I've met someone. And the Scotsman goes, ooh, who?
And he points to Ashi, who's at this point like
a demon.
All the tentacles that are throwing his daughters about.
Yeah, and doesn't he say, I don't think she's your type.
I don't think she's suited for you.
Anyway, they beat Aku, and we see what I think is a wedding ceremony start.
Yeah, starts as a wedding. Starts off a wedding ceremony, and then she collapses.
She collapses, and she says, "I'm part of him. Once we destroyed him,
without Aku, I would have never existed."
She fades out of existence, and it ends with like Jack on his own, I think set in the future. Because he's kind of aged, it looks to me.
Yeah.
Just standing mournfully, looking out.
And then a ladybug comes and lands on his finger and then flies off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool. Really cool. The introduction of Ashi could have been a bit, they're just doing this for this, but it really worked well for me. And it made it properly heroic that even though he defeated Aku, he did so at a great personal loss as well.
Yeah. Though I think I would have preferred it if they just
got married,
did the wedding ceremony, and did like a pan up and the end, like Avatar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thing. Now the thing is, a lot of people online have been complaining because this is it's pretty much scene for scene ripped off from Gurren Lagann, which we talked about. The same exact thing happens. They beat the villain, and then it turns out that the main character's love interest can't exist without the villain.
Yeah.
So she fades away at their wedding.
Yeah, I guess. I don't care.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
I was kind of annoyed because it kind of he's already had his great personal loss. He's had 50 years of being stuck in a torturous existence.
Yeah, he deserved slightly happier.
Give him a good thing for once.
Yeah. Nah, that didn't happen. So that basically winds up the Samurai Jack story fully, right? That is a coherent 5-season narrative that comes to us a proper end. So that was pretty.
A lot of people were actually hoping that he'd reveal his actual name at the end.
Okay.
People were hoping for it to be Mako. So
wow, that's some fanboy in there. That is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so good season 5, good ending, do you think?
Yeah, I quite liked it, but I say, I still think it's ripped off from Gurren Lagann.
I haven't got that, I don't care, so I'm happy with it as is. I thought it was a good ending, good season. Even the week episodes are watchable in the main. The whole there wasn't a weak episode in season 5. I don't think. I thought they were all very solid. One long story, wasn't it? That made sense. There was very little. Let's go off and do this side quest stuff.
Yeah,
it was one long thing.
No, I do want to point something out.
Yeah.
The episode numbering is quite cool because the first episode would be the 53rd overall. All of these episodes have numbers as their title. The first episode's title is 92.
Don't understand.
So they could easily put something in the middle.
Oh, is that why you think they've done it?
That's why I think they've done it, but there may be an actual reason to it. Or it could be telling that 50 years has passed.
Yeah, it could be. That makes the final episode 101 then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, then let's wind out there. Very enjoyable show. Go watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think next time you and I talk, we're going to be talking about. We're going to finally start our Bond series, which is going to be very spread out. We're not doing like loads of Bonds in a row. That ain't going to happen. But this was like the start of our one. We've talked about quite a few times. We've started James Bond. So we're starting we're doing this chronologically. So funny enough, between us decided to do between us watching Doctor No and then when we're going to record this. Roger Moore's died, which is a shame. And in fact, I'm probably going to watch Live and Let Die tonight. As a kind of a bit of a tribute. But I love Live and Let Die, so that's why another reason I'm going to watch it. So we'll obviously get onto the Roger Moore films eventually. But it's a shame. He was
How many films in this Live and Let Die?
It's. In terms of Roger Moore's run, or in terms of
Bond overall?
It depends whether you include Casino Royale. If you don't include Casino Royale, right?
Yeah.
Live and Let Die was Moore's first film, so it was Doctor No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, Diamonds Are Forever. So Live and Let Die were number 7.
Yeah. Okay.
So Connery, did I do it? Hold on. Did I do it on a Majesty's Secret Service? Hold on.
No, you didn't.
Okay, so it's number 8.
Yeah.
Number 8 in the proper Eon canon, but there was also a Casino Royale smooth comedy one in 1967. So there was that too. All right then. Okay then. So bye from me.
Bye.